The View's biggest nightmare just became reality, and it's costing them big time. Think about the irony here for just a second. Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and the rest of the ladies on The View have spent years branding Republicans as conspiracy theorists, scoffing at their arguments, and ridiculing their viewpoints. But here's the twist. These same women, these so-called defenders of truth, have been dead wrong about almost everything they've ranted about in recent years. The contradictions? Unbelievable. The hypocrisy? Off the charts. And now, it seems like karma has finally caught up to them, because what's unfolding right now might just be the most jaw-dropping daytime TV scandal we've ever seen. Let's not sugarcoat it. The View isn't just in trouble, it's in full-blown meltdown mode. And guess what? There may be no way for them to wiggle their way out of this one. The cause of all this chaos? One woman. A force to be reckoned with. Young, sharp, fearless, and unapologetically conservative. Caroline Leavitt. Caroline has just flipped the script, turning The View's latest smear campaign into an $800 million legal catastrophe. And now, the show's biggest stars, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin, are reportedly in full-blown panic mode, scrambling behind the scenes, doing everything they can to make this disaster disappear. Can you even imagine? The very same women who have spent years trashing their political opponents, mocking, belittling, and attacking, are now the ones begging for mercy. Oh, how the tables have turned. But let's be clear, this lawsuit isn't just some minor inconvenience. This isn't just a hiccup in their usual programming. No. This is the kind of financial earthquake that could completely obliterate the show for good. And the best part? This isn't speculation. These are the facts. Facts that their own colleagues have admitted in the past. Caroline Leavitt just shredded The View's latest attempt to smear conservatives, and the fallout is brutal. ABC execs? They're terrified. The show's hosts? Sweating bullets. The entire network? On damage control mode. Because this isn't just another controversy. It's a full-scale legal showdown that could leave The View's biggest stars personally facing financial ruin if things don't go their way. And now, the rumors are flying. Sources claim Whoopi, Joy, and Sunny are desperately trying to reach out to Caroline behind closed doors, practically begging her to ease up before it's too late. But let me ask you something. Do you really think Caroline is about to let them off the hook that easily? The $800 million question. Is ABC about to pull the plug on The View? But here's where things get even wilder. As this lawsuit gains serious traction, insiders are now whispering about something huge, something that could shake up daytime television forever. Is ABC actually thinking about cutting their losses and pulling the plug on The View before it gets even worse? Could this be the final chapter for one of the most controversial talk shows in history? It's not as crazy as it sounds. Some sources claim ABC executives are sick and tired of dealing with the never-ending scandals, relentless backlash, and now, an $800 million legal nightmare that threatens to financially wreck the entire network. And if this lawsuit continues heading south, they might just decide to cut their losses and end the show for good. Oh, and trust me, if you thought things were messy now, just wait until you hear what's coming next. Because the moment you think this scandal has hit rock bottom, boom, it sinks even deeper. The hypocrisy is off the charts, and The View just exposed themselves. Now, let's rewind for a second. How did this all start? How did The View dig itself into this massive hole? It all kicked off with yet another reckless smear attempt against Caroline Leavitt. And let's be real here, these women did not hold back. They did what they always do, mocking, belittling, and hurling wild accusations like they're throwing darts in the dark. This time, they went straight for the jugular. And let's just say, they might have finally gone too far. It all started when Joy Behar, without a second of hesitation, smugly dismissed Caroline's success, rolling her eyes and claiming that Caroline had only gotten ahead because of Trump. According to Joy, Caroline wasn't talented. She wasn't hardworking. She definitely didn't earn her success. Nope. In Joy's mind, the only reason Caroline is where she is today is because, get this, Trump finds her attractive. Excuse me. What? Are we seriously reducing an accomplished woman's entire career to whether or not a man finds her attractive? This is the same show that constantly preaches about female empowerment, the same show that lectures people about lifting up women. And yet, here they are, tearing down a successful young woman and claiming her entire career is based on looks. The hypocrisy is out of control. But oh, it didn't stop there. Because Whoopi Goldberg, she wasn't about to be left out of the bashing fest. She jumped in without missing a beat, doubling down on the insult. But instead of just attacking Caroline's achievements, Whoopi decided to take it even further. According to Whoopi, if it weren't for wokeness, Caroline wouldn't even have a job. Are you kidding me right now? So now we're saying hard work, intelligence, and ambition mean absolutely nothing? That anyone who doesn't bow down to the woke mob doesn't deserve success. This is what they actually believe. Well, guess what? That reckless smear might have just cost them everything. Because now, Caroline isn't just fighting back, she's taking them to court. And let's just say, The View might not be ready for what's coming next. Oh, and trust me, you do not want to miss the next twist in this insane legal battle. Because if you thought things were brutal already, just wait. The worst is yet to come. Stay tuned. Fire. The View's meltdown just went from bad to worse, and they're desperate to stop the fallout. You want irony? Well, buckle up because this one is almost too much to handle. For years, The View has prided itself on being the loudest voice in the room when it comes to breaking barriers and championing success, especially for women. They love to preach about shattering glass ceilings, about lifting women up, about empowering those who fight against the odds. And yet, here they are playing the role of gatekeepers, deciding who deserves success and who doesn't, based entirely on politics. And if that wasn't bad enough, Sunny Hostin couldn't resist taking her own jab at Caroline Leavitt. But unlike Whoopi and Joy, she didn't go after Caroline's looks or her stance on wokeness. Oh no, she took it a step further. She went straight for the jugular. She completely dismissed Caroline's career, acting like it was handed to her on a silver platter. And the way she said it? The smugness, the arrogance, the complete disregard for Caroline's hard work. It was enough to make anyone's blood boil. This is the same show that has spent years calling out privilege and demanding that women be judged by their merits, not their backgrounds. And yet, according to The View, a conservative woman like Caroline couldn't possibly have earned her success through hard work, grit, and determination. Nope. In their eyes, if you're not in their ideological bubble, then your success is nothing more than privilege. And oh boy, the backlash hit hard and fast. The View gets hit with a reality check, and fans are not holding back. You could practically feel the outrage boiling over in real time. Viewers didn't hesitate for a second to call out The View for their blatant, unapologetic hypocrisy. Because let's be honest, how many times has this show preached about supporting women? How many times have they championed breaking the patriarchy, smashing barriers, and celebrating female success? And yet, the second a woman comes along who doesn't fit their political agenda, suddenly all that empowerment talk vanishes into thin air. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. The View says it supports women, unless they're conservative. Then it's open season. And just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, Caroline hit back. And she did not hold back. Caroline Leavitt didn't just clap back, she declared war. Most people, when attacked by the mainstream media, do one of two things. They brush it off and move on. They go on a PR tour, playing the victim, begging for sympathy. But not Caroline. She didn't just respond. She came out swinging. And instead of wasting time on Twitter rants or petty social media feuds, she did something that no one saw coming. She lawyered up. She went straight for the throat, hitting The View where it hurts the most, right in their wallets. And let me tell you something, The View was not ready for this. This wasn't just a lawsuit. This was a declaration of war. Caroline's legal team isn't just coming after The View for defamation. They're hitting them with claims of slander, malicious attacks, and an outright attempt to destroy her career, reputation, and future. And here's the best part. She's not looking for a quick payout. She's not asking for a forced apology. She's out for justice. And she's willing to take this fight all the way to the bitter end. And if you think The View is nervous about this, you'd be right. Full-blown chaos behind the scenes, and ABC is freaking out. Reports are pouring in that The View's legal team is in full-scale panic mode.
And why?
Because this isn't just about Caroline anymore. This lawsuit is pulling back the curtain on the entire mainstream media machine. Caroline's legal filing isn't just accusing The View of smearing her, it's exposing a long-standing pattern of the show attacking, silencing, and outright destroying conservative voices. She's bringing years of receipts into the light. And trust me, it is not a good look for them. And here's the part that should have them sweating bullets. This could be the case that finally takes them down for good. And it's not just The View that's panicking. ABC is absolutely livid. ABC execs are in full panic mode, and advertisers are running for the hills. Sources within the network are reporting full-blown panic from executives who never saw this coming. The last thing they wanted was a legal scandal this huge, especially one that could send advertisers running for the hills. And let's be real, advertisers are already raising alarms. They're scrambling, questioning whether they really want their brands associated with a show that could end up owing nearly $1 billion in damages. And here's the kicker. ABC is doing everything they can to stop advertisers from pulling out. But at this point, it might already be too late. Asterisk the ultimate embarrassment. The View hosts are now begging for a way out.
And now?
Here's where it gets really embarrassing. The same loudmouthed hosts who publicly mocked Caroline? The same ones who laughed at the idea that she could take them down? Well, guess what? Now, they're practically begging her to settle the case quietly. Yeah, you heard that right. The same women who have spent years ripping into their political opponents are now desperately trying to keep this mess out of court. And let me ask you this. Do you really think Caroline is about to make things easy for them?
Oh no.
This fight is just getting started. And trust me, you do not want to miss what happens next. Because if you thought The View's downfall was already bad, just wait. The next twist? It's going to be brutal.
Stay tuned.
Fire, fire, fire.